Did Neve Campbell just tease Patrick Dempsey's return to Scream 7? Let's talk about it.
Certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney.
He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
I'm Pamela, welcome back to the channel. So this article just dropped today on people.com. The headline reads, Neve Campbell shares reason that I jumped on board for new Scream movie. And she also was asked about Patrick Dempsey's possible return as well as Courtney Cox. So we'll get into that a little later in the article, but let's quickly go through what she had to say first. Under the headline, it reads, Campbell announced in March 2024 that she would reprise her role as Sidney Prescott in Scream 7, after she did not appear in 2023's Scream 6. The article goes on to say, Neve Campbell is inching towards a new Scream movie. While speaking with Entertainment Tonight recently about a documentary she produced titled Swan Song, Campbell, 50, said she hopes to receive a final script for Scream 7 soon, ahead of the movie's December production start date. That is very interesting. So now we know that there is still not a final script, which leaves some room for changes to be made. She did say previously she does think that the filming delay is a good thing, so that they can really take the time to get things right, which means there's still time for some rewrites if it's necessary. Which I agree, I think this is a good thing. We don't want to rush things. I hope that they can make the script as good as it possibly can be. Neve Campbell goes on to say, I'm super grateful that they came around on it after this many decades of carrying the franchise. Campbell, who did not appear in 2023's Scream 6 over a pay dispute with the studios that produce and distribute the movies. Back in March, Campbell reversed course and announced she would reprise her role as Sidney Prescott in the next movie. She says, to feel undervalued, to feel underpaid, to feel it wouldn't happen to a man, it just didn't make sense to me to walk on set. So I'm glad I stood up for myself. She says, they did pitch the concept to me and it's the reason that I jumped on board, noting that we're going to follow Sidney in the next slasher installment. They misspelled the name Sidney in this article. They got it right up top under the headline, but then down here, they misspelled Sidney. Then what really caught my eye in this article, it says that when the outlet asked whether cast members like Patrick Dempsey and Courtney Cox might be back in the mix too, Neve's response was mayhaps, which is a very interesting response to me. Obviously, we've always speculated as fans that it might happen. Mark Kincaid might make a return, but it is interesting to hear Neve Campbell herself kind of comment on it. Now, obviously, she didn't say yes, she didn't say no, but I think mayhaps is a very interesting response. So obviously we know that something is in the works. They've obviously reached out to Patrick Dempsey, and I think now it's just a matter of can they work out his scheduling, which I do think that they will, because the fact that the movie got delayed to December was originally going to start in September. But he is currently filming the Dexter prequel show, which will continue to film during the time that Scream 7 was originally going to film. I just love that Neve Campbell is kind of teasing this, rather than saying something like, I can't speak on this. I like that she was teasing it a little bit. I do feel pretty confident that Patrick Dempsey will be in the movie. Obviously, I don't know anything for certain, but this is just my feeling. I think it's definitely going to happen. So I just can't wait for the official announcement, we technically still don't have an official announcement for Courtney Cox either. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that she's returning. And I did just report on this like a few days ago where Lifestyle magazine did say that she is training and getting in shape for Scream 7. So obviously we can take that as some kind of confirmation. However, I want to hear it from Courtney Cox herself, or from Neve Campbell or Kevin Williamson. I want to hear it from people who actually are working on the movie. I mean, obviously, Life and Style magazine is like somewhat of a legitimate source, but it did not come from Courtney's mouth herself. This was not an interview with her in that magazine. This came from like an insider source, whatever that means. This People article just goes on to say, Scream 7 is directed by Kevin Williamson, the screenwriter and producer who originally wrote the franchise's first entry in 1996. Williamson, 59, also wrote 1997 Scream 2 and 2011 Scream 4. He is credited as a producer on 2000 Scream 3 and an executive producer on the series' most recent films, which Matt and Tyler directed. Those filmmakers left the series after directing Scream 6 and were replaced by filmmaker Christopher Landon, who in turn left the project in December 2023 after news broke that cast members Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega would not appear in further movies. While the rest of the film's cast has not yet been announced, Scream 6 also co-starred Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding. The movie is sure to feature Campbell's character Sydney facing off against Ghostface yet again. Neve says, I love these movies. They are so much fun to be a part of. I'm so grateful for them. I could never have imagined being a part of a movie that would have lasted this many decades. Scream 7 does not yet have a release date. It's honestly so crazy that by the time Scream 7 starts filming in December, it's going to be 1 year since we learned that Christopher Landon quit as director. It's honestly so crazy how quickly time flies. I mean, December will be here before we know it. It's about to be August. Once August is over, you know, we have the Halloween season. I love the fall. And then once that's over, it's December and it's time to start filming Scream 7. But I feel like it was just December where we learned Christopher Landon quit. And the whole drama with Melissa getting fired, that was in November. That was right before Thanksgiving. I mean, this feels like at most 2 months ago. And now, before we know it, it's going to be like a year since that happened. I don't know. It's just crazy. I can't wait until filming starts because then we'll just start getting more info. We'll start getting cast updates, photos from set eventually, which is going to be so exciting. I can't wait to talk about everything with you guys and break things down, you know, like once the teaser trailer comes out and the full trailer, we can break it down on the channel. You know, as much as I want to see Scream 7 as soon as possible, I also don't mind waiting because not only because I want them to take the time to get it right, but also the build up to it is so exciting. And talking about it with you guys is so much fun, speculating about things, because, you know, once the movie's out, it's out and it exists. But right now, it's just, we really don't know anything. And it's so exciting wondering how it's going to turn out. So for me, the build up to the movie is just as exciting as finally seeing the movie. But that's it for today. That is everything that Neve Campbell had to say in this new article that just dropped today. What do you think about what she had to say? And how do you feel about her teasing Patrick Dempsey's return? Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Please turn on all notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my future posts, because as we start to get more Scream 7 updates, I will be posting them here to this channel. So You won't want to miss it. Thank you so much for tuning into another video, and I will see you guys next time.